Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your March 2022 general readings. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of March from the 1st to the 15th, and this reading is for the fire sign of Aries. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to be here. As always, thank you for all that you do, watching the videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, donating, those of you who comment, feedback, reaching out for personal readings. It's all greatly appreciated, and I always want to say thank you. Okay, Aries, this reading is for you for the first 2 weeks of March 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus is in Aries. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aries. So general reading, of course, is going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, for any additional insight and perspective into what's going on in your life right now. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading. Feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info by clicking the description link, that little arrow. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, so message me if you're interested. I'd be happy to hear from you. Okay, Aries, let's see what the first 2 weeks of March look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine. Okay, Aries, we begin with strength. Facing your fears, doubts, insecurities. Looking at that which you're afraid of, looking at yourself. With the Two of Cups, so there's a relationship or partnership central here. This is the traditional soulmate, best friend cards, love and romance or otherwise. So a relationship appears to be central here. The Knight of Cups, an offer driven by love, support, encouragement. I mean, this is a general reading, so for some of you, I mean, this can vary anywhere from something like asking somebody out on a date to proposing marriage, right? So it's a love, support, attraction, offer coming in. With the Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, an uplifting of previously heavy or restrictive energies, illumination. But then we have the Nine of Swords, stress, anxiety, worry, fear, typically of an unknown future. What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What will I do if this? Obsessive, negative focus and worry about something, too much so. Doesn't mean the source of your fear isn't valid. This is just like a negative, obsessive dwelling on it, usually with the worst possible outcome until it gets to be so big and bad in your head, it may not reflect the external, reality of the situation. It's really a fear of the future, and when we don't know how something's going to play out, we play all these scenarios in our heads, and the Nine of Swords is like the worst possible case scenario. With the Nine of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups, fear of someone leaving, fear of this partner leaving, walking away, turning away in order to search for something they feel might be better. Because the card after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, abundance, everything that you want. Here in the Eight of Cups, somebody is turning around and leaving because it's not their wish fulfillment. So you're afraid of someone leaving, of turning their back on you, your person, your Two of Cups person. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Seven of Swords. My sneaky thief card can be positive or challenging. The Seven of Swords represents doing something undercover, not talking about something, not revealing your thoughts, ideas, plans, keeping something secret or concealed. Let's clarify. First that Seven of Swords for overall energy. What's being concealed, or what are you not talking about or hiding? The Two of Cups. The Knight of Cups. We've got the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups twice. So what you're not talking about an offer towards your soulmate, or an offer from your soulmate. Either you making it or them making it or something of that sort. And this offer, again, can be anything. It can be anything from a date to a marriage proposal. Although the Two of Cups twice implies this is somebody you're already involved with, likely. You're considering an offer, maybe. You're not talking about it. I see strength here, which is an indication that there's some fears to overcome. So let's take a look at that. I feel like this is very similar, if not the same reading we've had multiple times before, Aries. You know, for those of you for whom this is a relationship, it's like you love the person, they're your soulmate, you want to keep this person, but in order to do that, there's going to have to be some kind of commitment, or the person's going to, you know, leave. Oh, too many cards. Clarify strength. Seven of Swords. You are not talking about any of this. Like, I mean, it's just all kind of undercover. Clarify. Clarify the Knight of Cups. What's this offer? The Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is compromise, negotiation, collaboration, trying to get everybody on the same page. So what you're offering is a compromise. The Emperor, that's you, the sign of Aries. You're offering a compromise to your soulmate. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if this is about like moving in together or marriage, there's not much of a compromise there. You either do or you don't. Well, let's clarify that. Knight of Cups with the Sun. A compromise. What does that mean? The Knight of Coins, slowly, cautiously, step-by-step movement forward. But the Hanging Man doesn't move forward at all. He just hangs back and waits. He doesn't take any particular action. It feels like your idea of a compromise, Aries. Now, for some of you, this might be somebody else, the other person doing this to you, right? But it feels like somebody's saying, okay, you want us to do this thing, right? But I'm going to offer you a compromise, and the compromise is that I'm not going to do anything. It feels like, oh, I need time. I need more time. Let's go slowly. I need time. It feels like, don't shoot the messenger, Aries. It feels like you or the other person is kind of dangling this carrot. But you know how the proverbial analogy of the donkey and the carrot, they dangle a carrot in front of the donkey just out of reach because the donkey moves towards it thinking it's going to get the carrot. But they always keep it just out of reach in order to keep the donkey moving forward, right? That's kind of what this feels like. It's like somebody says, yes, it's a possibility. I'm open to the idea, but I need time. And so time marches on as it always has, and the donkey never gets the carrot, right? Not that I'm comparing anyone to a donkey. It's just the example, right? That's what it feels like here. Which, if it's you doing this, Aries, not really an honorable sort of thing, especially if you've been with somebody for quite some time. It's not, you know, the actions of the Emperor. Of course, for some of you, it might be the other person. And it's not to say that fears about maybe moving forward, whatever this is, whether it's about the relationship itself or some other area of life that affects the relationship. I mean, everybody has fears, right? But this is about delaying. It feels like a delay tactic with no real plan in sight. But it's almost as if the other person is fooled into thinking that something has become more of a possibility, but in fact it just remains the same. And I feel like the other person knows this, and that's what's causing this stress, because you're afraid maybe they'll leave, right? Now, for some of you, this can be all internal. Meaning you might be afraid or thinking that your person, because we have that Seven of Swords concealment card, your person may be entertaining or considering other options other than you. And so in order to hold that off, you bring up again this, I mean, I don't know, it's a little confusing because it's like, okay, yeah, well, maybe not. This is a general reading, so you can't ever really be too specific. There's a relationship central here. Let's just recap, okay? Somebody's not talking about something. Somebody may be afraid that somebody's doing something behind their back, or being open or looking for another partner, being open to the idea of a partner because, you know, there's not the level of commitment that's desired by at least one person in this relationship. It looks like there's some kind of offer coming out here, a compromise, but it doesn't really look like all that great of a compromise. It doesn't look like much of anything. Again, it looks like that proverbial carrot in front of the donkey. And so there's this fear here of somebody being left behind. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Fear, anxiety, stress over an unknown future. The Eight of Cups. So the Nine of Swords is already clarified by the Eight of Cups. So I'm clarifying the Nine of Swords. Again, we have the Eight of Cups. Somebody is really afraid that somebody's going to leave them behind. I mean, that's what it is here. Okay. I'm not sure what else to say about this. I mean, we're looking at a short period of time, but it feels like you or the other person is afraid. But it feels like nobody's really talking about it. Maybe because it's been talked about so much in the past, the only thing left to be done now is either move forward and do the thing or somebody leaves. So I'm just going to end by asking for some advice, guidance, feedback for Aries. Two of Coins, makes a choice, decide what you want. The Fool, take a chance, step off the beaten path, do the thing you may be afraid of doing. Eight of Wands, do it quickly, powerfully, powerful movement forward. The Star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. Again, Aries, I feel like this is the same reading that we've had multiple times in the past about a particular relationship or partnership here. And I feel like the advice is the same. Address your fears, walk through them, or you stand to risk losing this soulmate, this partner, this best friend, whatever it is. And I feel like there's too much not being said here. I feel like a conversation needs to be had rather than this thing, being strung out along and maybe the other person or you being the one strung along too. I think if somebody is determined that they're not going to do the thing, I'm not going to move in with you, I'm not going to get married, I'm not going to do whatever it is that the conflict is about here, then that needs to come out once and for all so that the other person can make a decision based on absolute truth. Because I feel like there's too much going on under the surface and it needs to be brought out. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. All right, Aries, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of March. I'm not sure if I want to say I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a tricky reading, but I hope that it gave you some food for thought, some clarity, something to think about. And again, if any of this resonates with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to hear from you and to work with you. You can also get that contact detail by clicking the little arrow, the description link. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the March mid-month readings. Stay well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.